Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I've been talking about doing some podcasting for quite some time now. These are pre recorded things that I'm going to be doing here, little snippets a couple of times during the week, maybe just to talk about some things that maybe I'm working on or things upcoming on the channel or on my Patreon that I can't really put into full fledged videos or I cannot, too long for shorts or something of that nature. But this will give you an idea of like things upcoming, things that I'm working on, things that are going on with the channel and with the Patreon as well. So let's go ahead and let's start it off by talking about what I am working on currently. So right now I am working on the Ultimate Captain America for my Patreon. And this is day 17 of working on this guy. And I'm not even close to being finished, to be honest with you. It's looking better, but I got probably another 2 to 3 more days. I've done a lot of blocking in before I get to do any of the detail work. So this statue here is printed in quarter scale. This is printed on my uh, GK2 and then my Frozen Sonic Mega 8K. This statue is available through my Patreon, and this is the first one of my Ultimate series. So, my Ultimate series, I wanted to do a little bit something different to the character. I wanted to give it a little bit different type of uniform or suit. They're all basically going to be museum poses with a somewhat simple but intricate base and something that be like not a space hog, not something that's going to take up a lot of shelf space, but a more simplistic but very striking type of take on the character. So I've actually this is the first. The second one we have upcoming next month or this month actually. It's September already. Can you believe that? But it is going to be Doctor Doom. So again, Doctor Doom is going to have a similar type museum pose type feel with a little bit different base, nothing over the top or anything, but well detailed and pretty elegant and simplistic as well. That is going to be model number two. And also, model number three has been decided and is currently being worked on right now. And it is my boy, the Punisher. Can never get enough Punisher. But I am very impressed with this one. Enzo Shimamura is actually back working for the Patreon, and he is doing that one. And I've seen some progress pics on it, and I think you guys are going to agree. If you had to have one Punisher in your collection, this guy is going to be it. And I'm not just saying that. This is amazing. I mean, just the work that he's putting into it, the detail, and again, it's different than what you would normally see as a Punisher figure. So hopefully you guys will stay around to check that out. Oh, and by the way, the Patreon link is going to be in the description below as well. So a couple of things that I'm doing differently with this one here is I'm trying to make, well, 95% of this is all hand painted. The only thing that is actually done with an airbrush is the base of the body, the one solid blue color, the blue gray color, and the base itself. Even a lot of the base is going to be hand painted, but the base color is all airbrushed. Everything else that you see here is hand painted, even the metallics and stuff. So I'm going to be going over that. I'm actually going to be doing some pastel shading on this one here instead of airbrush because of the different types of cracks and crevices and stuff in here. It's really hard to get the airbrush into there. I'm skilled, but not that skilled, I guess you could say. So I think pastels is probably the way to go on this one. There will be some washes involved and stuff, but we'll have the full fledged video out for you very very soon. Again, my apologies for the gap in between videos, but this is why right here. So scoot that to the side here. So the next one, the Doctor Doom, is being done right now by Claudio Rossa. I think that's how I pronounce his name. But he is doing a fabulous job on it. It is going to have a little bit different armor than what you're normally used to. It is not going to have a Robert Downey Jr. Switch out head like some people are doing. So this is something I planned before the even Robert Downey Jr. had the announcement of becoming Doctor Doom. And let me know in the comments what you think of that. I kind of have mixed feelings on it. A lot of people do. I think it's one of those things. If any actor could do it, can pull it off, he can. I'm just curious on what they're going to do. If they're going to follow somewhat of the storyline in the comics, or are they kind of going rogue and doing something totally different with the MCU? Also, we also have coming up in the Patreon this coming month, we also have our first of the Transformers Gen 1. It's going to be Soundwave and Ravage. I'm pretty excited about that one. Soundwave has always been one of my favorite Transformers, and I know a lot of people have been screaming about someone doing the Transformers Gen 1 um, model. So I know there's a couple of people out there doing them. So we're going to take and that run with that one. The last model of the month for August, Spirit from our GI Joe line, will be available around the 15th of this month. It is a couple weeks late, but again, the artist that's currently doing it had some other commitments, and I don't want to be that guy to be pushy and everything like that. I want to make sure that they turn out a really good model for us. So that one's going to be available. The next GI Joe line is going to be Junkyard and Mutt, or I got that backwards, Mutt with Junkyard. So that one's going to be the next one in the GI Joe line. And so also for the model of the month for September, we have Tactical Spider-Man. A little different. I saw this on an AI image that I really was intrigued with. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, but I wanted something a little bit more that screams badass. So put a few guns and grenades and knives on him and let's see what turns out. This isn't like an Agent Venom sort of thing where he has the tendrils coming all out of his back and everything. This is going to be just a really, really kick-ass Spider-Man that has just guns and knives and armor and just I think you're going to dig it. It's different, and I've been wanting to do this one ever since I saw that image. So this artist that I'm working with is actually making this one come to life. It's turning out really, really well. So looking forward to that one being done. I'm already thinking ahead to October. October, I thought about doing something a little Halloweenish. I'm not 100% sure on what all of the models that I want to do. I know that I want to probably do another one of the Wildcats, which is probably Spartan, to go along with Grifter and Ripclaw. I think that I don't want to stop with that line. That's turning out to be a very nice line. I know Ripclaw is not part of Wildcats; he's Cyberforce, but part of the Image Comics line, and I think they don't get enough love. Then again, I've thought about Savage Dragon. I think if I can get someone to do a really cool rendition of that one, that would be really, really neat to do. I'm still looking for a an artist to do a light comparison, a really good likeness of Chuck Norris. I'm serious, guys. I really want to do a Chuck Norris model. I'm looking at the missing in action type thing, kind of go with a Rambo sort of thing, sort of feel with it. I think that would be a really, really cool model to do. And who's done a Chuck Norris model? I don't think anybody has. That we had all these action stars, and Chuck is getting up there in age and everything, but I think I'd like to do something to him to kind of memorialize him as well, because he's one of my childhood stars, action film stars that I grew up watching, and a lot of people are kind of into the whole Chuck Norris thing. So looking forward to doing that one too. Um, so October, I mean, I want to do some type of horror film, or some type of Halloweenish type character. I'm not 100% sure of what I really want to do yet. So give me some ideas in the comments below. What's something that you would like to see, and something that hasn't been really done all that much. I mean, because the Michael Myers, the Ghost Face, I mean, all those guys have been done to death, and they're great characters to do. But I wanted to do something different and something that's kind of unique. Something when somebody sees it, they go, "Oh my God, that's from the Creative Collectors Patreon. That's the only place you can get that." So let me know what you guys think. Be curious to see what's coming out. So a couple of other things that are going on with the channel, aside from the podcasting, I have opened up memberships, and I'm going to be starting some exclusive video content for my exclusive members of the channel as well. Those are going to be pretty much done like once or twice a week. Some little snippets of some behind the scenes sort of things, some tutorials, if you will. There's going to be something different than what you would see on the normal videos on the channel. And You can sign up on the membership if you'd like to, or the Patreon. We'll have links to both of those in the description below. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the kind of direction that we're kind of headed here. Like I want to do some tech stuff. I want this channel to be like an overall experience for people, not just something of printing and painting. But I think there's more to it. I think if you're going to be a successful painter, you have to work in a comfortable environment. You know, you got to have the right equipment, the right things from your desk, from to your chair, things like that. So I'm going to be working with some sponsors on bringing to you some reviews of some of those things. And I hope you're going to watch the videos. It's a little bit different take on it, but I think it's important for everyone to have the right space, the right type of atmosphere, and be comfortable in order to paint your models. I think, me personally, when I have everything that I need and I'm in a comfortable environment, proper lighting, proper seating, things like that, I feel like I turn out a better model than if I was just cooped up in just a little bitty broom closet sort of setting and you didn't have a lot to work with. I mean, I dealt with that, coming up through the ranks and everything. And now I want to bring that experience to everyone out there as well. So the other thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working with a couple of large companies. I can't really say anything about that yet because there's this little thing called an NDA. Yeah, that's how big it is with some of these companies. So we can't really disclose it until they kind of give me the go ahead to talk about it. Pretty excited about a couple of those. Looking forward to it, and it's going to make. One of them is definitely going to be a game changer. I think when we come out with that video, I think it's really going to be cool, and people are going to look on resin printing in a different light. I know right now that resin printing has kind of got a stigma for being toxic and not very healthy and not safe for the environment and everything. But I can tell you right now, a lot of that's about to change. So stay tuned, and you'll see a review coming up here pretty soon that's pretty interesting. The other thing, too, is finally got my new cover for my GK3 in from Uniformation. So I'm going to be finishing up that review as well. This is not going to be your typical video where we're going to go over specs and things like that. I could care less about that stuff. I mean, not care less, but we've seen all those videos before. I want to get into the meat and potatoes of what this printer can do, push it to its limitations, find out everything from, what the resolution prints look like, what how their prints compare to other models, other vendors, things like that. Is this really the printer of the future? We're going to answer some of those things, but you're going to see a different take on this rather than just printing a bunch of minis and a couple of little bitty models. We're going to maximize that build volume and bring to you some really cool stuff. I can tell you right now, some of the results are mixed. They really are, but you're going to have to check out the review video. Again, it's probably about a month late because of the issues with Uniformation getting me the printer, being about 2 or 3 weeks late on that, and then the cover arriving cracked, and they wanted to send me another cover for it. So, it is what it is. We'll do it as we go along. So, hopefully that you will enjoy the review. A couple of other things that I'm going to be doing with the channel is I'm going to be doing a lot of 1/6 stuff. That's another one of my kind of like my vices, my hobbies, is I like to do 1/6 scale collectible figures, kind of along the Hot Toys type line. Got a lot of customizations and stuff that I've done over the years for different characters and stuff, mainly Punisher. But I'm going to be showing you guys how to paint head sculpts and stuff doing that, and that's basically a 1/6 scale sort of thing. So you can actually take some of that information and turn it over to your models, so your 3D printed 1/6 scale models as well. We'll be going over all kinds of stuff on that and just having fun. And also, I want to get more into FDM printing, more of the cosplay sort of thing. I've got a couple of things that I've been working on, a couple of helmets and everything. Going to try some different techniques and things. I've really never delved into this quite as much as I have lately. So I'm looking to expand to kind of broaden the horizon, if you will, on some of these things. I know that we just had the Deadpool Wolverine movie come up, and I've actually been working on kind of an old file, but something that I found unique and interesting with me. I've actually got this Shingoku file from, I think, Yosh Studios for this Wolverine helmet here that I printed, and I'm going to be working on very soon. This is really, really cool. This is a wearable helmet. A lot of work to do on it, but the print come out really nice. I still have the back part to do, but this is a wearable print right here. And again, this is really going to be like one of my first actual helmets that I've done. So you're going to see me screw up, fix it, screw up again, and then screw up some more, So anyway, we're going to do all this together, and this is something that I'm looking forward to finishing as well. And I'm going to use this podcast to actually go over some of the works in progress that I've been doing. I think I've stated that earlier, but we're also going to be talking about some of the upcoming things, upcoming models that we're going to be working on to get into the. So if you want to tag along and paint along with me, I guess you could say, that way we can kind of bounce off ideas back and forth and stuff. I plan on doing some live painting sort of things. I'm not sure what platform I'm going to be doing that on, whether it's going to be something like Twitch or going to be like Facebook Live or YouTube or whatever like that. And we're going to be continuing the live streams as well. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff on there. We have special guests. We just do a Q&A, talk about what's going on with the channel, that sort of thing or whatever. So those are still an integral part of the channel. I know a lot of people enjoy those. I enjoy doing them. And we're definitely going to keep those up as well. So again, stay tuned. And of course, the podcasts. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, I am going to be opening it up to all kinds of things like prints, artwork, 3D printing, painting, clay modeling, you name it, we're going to be doing it. Tattoos, whatever it takes, music. We're going to be doing all kinds of goofy stuff on here. So, that's what it's about, guys. That's kind of like the first episode, I guess you could say, of the podcast. It's short and to the point. I really wanted to kind of do this, just kind of introduce you guys to everything of what we're going to be doing in the near future for the channel. I hope you guys tag along, and looking forward to doing this. This is pretty unique, and I am excited for the direction, the way the channel is headed. The Patreon is growing. I had probably 30 to 40 new people sign up in the past week and a half. They're really digging the models. We're going to keep bringing them to you. And again, everything that pretty much is made from the Patreon just goes right back into it, and to bring you some really cool models. I got some really good artists that I'm going to be featuring, working on some of those models, and they deserve the kudos for doing some of the work that they do. And looking forward to it. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much. And we'll be in touch.